guys, before I get to today's video, I just want to say that I did leave out 1, 2, 3, 4. I left out 5 characters, so I decided to do this video. I'm not going to do Chips because, I don't know, there's not much anything interesting about him. And I'm not going to do Dorothy because she's just a puppy. She had her first words at the season finale. Or, yeah, season finale, probably the series if we don't revive this. So, anyways, enjoy the 4th and final character review. First up is Summer, and Summer is like, she's nice. She tried to help Dylan and her family get around Cornwall. I mean, Betsy, she told them to go the wrong way, and Summer's like telling them to go the right way. She noticed on Dylan's one of his ears that there was the constellation, dog constellation, and I think she's just like Dylan, like, you know, a total nerd and stuff. You know, I think that's a better choice of a lover than Portia. You know, I mean that's just his summer love because, you know, summer and summer. So I know he kind of was annoyed with locals, but hey, you know, you warmed up to Summer and she helped you save the rest of your family from that and Psycho Cow. So I give Summer a 10 out of 10 because she is amazing. Next up is Spike. Spike was Dolly's crush and love during As Summer to Remember. I mean, he's got the cool factor. He came out of the water like a surfer, you know? Got the shark tooth necklace, and then Dolly was like, oh my god, he's so dreamy. He was also with Summer trying to help save their family, and then they end up getting stuck in the island. I'm gonna save a special moment for when I did talk to that episode, but also when I get to a certain character. And, you know, Spike's pretty cool, you know? Hopefully, again, like I said with Summer, they need to kill Betsy. I'm pretty sure they did when they left because that cow got her ass pushed into the ocean and fed to the sharks. I gotta give Spike a 10 out of 10. Like, her and Summer. I mean, like, him and Summer. I don't have much to say, and especially for this next one. Next up is Snowball. Snowball is this fluffy white Pomeranian that can blend in with snow. She's friends with Roxy and Dolly. She's not mentioned in most episodes. She's in the background. Her owner always has her on a leash. Doggy Da Vinci was the episode with a mystery artist and had all those shirts she sold, plus Diamond Dog with those fake diamond collars that Carissa thought was real. But anyways, she also helped Roxy and Dolly scare Dylan and the rest of the boys in The Longest Night because they just were so upset that girls were excluded, you know. The boys were being sexist. And helped Dylan dance, even though it was incredibly painful for him. I gotta give Snowball a 10. Next up is Roxy. I do actually have a lot to say about Roxy. A little bit, but not a lot. Roxy's with the gal pals. Snowball, which I talked about earlier. So Roxy is like, she's a Rottweiler and she is tough. Plus she also has that thing where she saved one of the pups. And Roxy has a major crush on Dylan. For some reason, she just literally falls in love with Dylan, and Dylan just doesn't want anything to do with it in that one episode where Roxy was just stalking him and getting all dressed up and then literally talking like they're in the Little Riding Hood. And Dolly's like, isn't she beautiful? And I'm like, if I say no, she's probably going to snap me in half. But she did save one of the pups from falling, so she's a pretty good caretaker. She has a weird laugh, but she ended up being like a science partner. She liked Dylan for science. She didn't like, you know, date Dylan, you know? Even though Roxy's in a lot of amazing episodes, especially when Dolly got really jealous in that episode. She will do anything for Roxy as a friend, and especially in Don't Push Your Luck, She was one of the judges in that dog X Games skateboard competition, and she really wanted Dolly to win the stick, so she's a supportive friend. You know, the longest night just literally just really growling into a cone to make a monster sound. Damn. I gotta tell you, you do not want to mess with Roxy. I gotta give Roxy a 10 out of 10. She is awesome. Next up is Diesel. Oh my god, if I had to, do not kill me in the comments, but he is the most dumbest member of the family. He's the only member of the family that digs. The only dog instinct that he does is digging. And in Power to the Pups, he dug down and he said, either I hit the ocean or I hit a water pipe. If you hit the ocean, it would take a couple hours to come to your house with all that, with the Atlantic Ocean, so you hit the pipe. With all those chemicals you literally smell down there, no wonder you are literally brain dead. You are 100% brain dead. The chemicals you smell underground have killed your brain cells. No wonder why you are so stupid. You know, in Diamond Dogs, you opened up the door, and I'm also going to say this again when I get to the review of that episode. In case you need to open doors, use Diesel. He has no brain cells. He's not gonna remember that or feel that. Don't attack me in the comments, okay? I know a lot of people like Diesel, but he's literally like Ed from Ed, Edd n Eddy. He is just so goddamn stupid, you know? And I know he gets a lot of anxiety because he was left in charge as the leader of the household for the pups and Power of the Pups. He had that one scene that like Scar with the hyenas from the Lion King, the Be Prepared. And he's just not cut out for it because it was too much anxiety, like way too much anxiety. I don't really like Diesel. I think Diesel's stupid, you know? The amount of chemicals he smells when he digs, you know? He almost got framed for literally destroying a park. And, you know, the only reason, you know, the good thing for him digging is that he had the escape tunnel in the finale, I believe. I'm assuming if that was right. But other than that, he's just so gosh damn stupid. He's so goddamn stupid. He has no brain cells, people. He has no brain cells. I literally understand why he would have anxiety when it comes to literally having way too much responsibility, but that's because he killed his brain cells digging underwater. I gotta give Diesel a 6 out of 10. I'm sorry. I don't like Diesel. Next up is Doug, the father. I love Doug. Doug is an amazing person. In Boom Night, he had the most Emmy, Oscar, award-winning, amazing acting performance of his life when he went off to work the night shift. And I gotta tell you, that moment is like, give this guy an award. I think I mentioned that in the review. You can go ahead and go back to the review of me and Flash when we did Boom Nights. So if you want to check that out, I said that, but I'm going to say it again. Very Oscar award winning. He is a great father. He spent the day with Dolly going to see where he works. Bring your daughter to work day. Probably the only one, because none of the humans brought their kids. I mean, bring your kid to work day. Sorry. It could be a son or a daughter. It's just Dolly got picked, and Dolly learned a lot from being a heroic firefighter and really looking up to her father. And then there's the point where he bought a spa pack for the wife so that the mom and daughter can actually spend the day together. And I will be talking about Delilah as the final one coming up next, so I'll talk more about that. But Doug really comes through. I don't know if I mentioned this in the Summer to Remember, but he's stuck on the island with Spike and his wife and Dolly while everybody else tries to save them because of what that bitch-ass cow did. And then Doug's like, oh god, he pulls the father. This is like, So, Dolly, is this your new boyfriend? And then Dolly's like, save me from Dad. Great, Doug had to pull out I want to embarrass my daughter moment. Good lord. But anyways, Doug is still an amazing father, you know? I will mention this again when I get to the season finale, but his line at the final episode was, "We may be animals, but we are not monsters," is a line and a quote to live by. Like, if I ever find a shirt from, like, people who like to show and create fan art shirts, I'm like, I want that. We are animals, but we are not monsters. Those are words to live by. That is why Doug is an incredible father, and I gotta give him a 10 out of 10. He is the goat of the family. But not least is Delilah. Delilah is a wonderful mother, married to a wonderful husband. They could not get any privacy in summer to remember, but you brought your kids on holiday. If you went on a separate holiday, you could have all the time in the world. I did forget to mention Doug's amazing dance moves, but I love how Delilah cheers him on. Delilah then literally is like, what did your father get us into? When he literally booked her, Delilah, and her daughter Dolly to a dog spa. He just wanted them to bond, and they actually did. You know, the mom and daughter bonded. Dolly bonded with Delilah. Delilah and Dolly, they truly bonded as mother and daughter, and it worked out, you know? You know, it was the Mother's Day episode when Dolly presented the flowers, but didn't know that her mom was allergic to them, and she got upset because I wanted a thankful gift, but then she hated it. I'm like, because she said, at least I have a thoughtful son, Dylan. And I'm like, oh, okay, right in front of Dolly. Yeah, I can see where that was going. She is a nurse assistant to the human. I believe is it David? Is that the name of it? He has like 3 kids, and he's like, oh, you can't compare. And then he sees all of the kids Delilah has. I'm like, okay, well, I guess you have a lot more than me. When you take care of it. I see that now. I mean, she's really, and in balancing act, she got mad at, she thought that her son Dylan broke Doug's schnoz in the photo in balancing act when it was Dolly, and I'm like, oh my god, it was Dolly. Do you not have cameras? You're just gonna blame him? And you should literally be blaming Dylan and Fetch, because not giving an eye on Dolly meant she could order all those fetches, and those probably cost maybe $600, $300, whatever that is in pounds, because they're in the UK. I don't know, but she got in trouble. I mean, this mom goes all out in being awesome, and is like Mother of the Year with Doug as Dad of the Year. I gotta give Delilah a 10 out of 10. Thank you for watching my last and final Dalmatian Street episode video. This was an amazing journey. Don't forget to share these videos. Also, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. More videos, including the best moments of season 1. Hopefully we can get it revived eventually. Disney, just look at how many people watch it on Disney Plus, and you'll do that. Also, other types of videos, the best Dylan moments, and I'll do character videos from others like Paw Patrol and Bluey in the future. So yeah, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. And thanks for watching.